it's TxStampin Sharon. Man, have I got a cute card today. Look at that. We got a masculine card today that I actually got giddy over because it was so much fun. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I would love to hear your comments. And if you have not already subscribed to my channel, you can do so below. After you subscribe, you can hit the little notification bell. Upload videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Let's make this card. You know, sometimes you make a card and you're pretty dang proud of it. This is one of them. You know, masculine cards are always tough for some of us, and so I always try to make them for you guys to give you ideas. But look at this. It's a Z-fold card that is so masculine. I have a son-in-law that is a cowboy. I couldn't quite get the horse to be the color of his main horse, but I came pretty close. All right, let's do this one. I went against all my rules when I make videos, and I pulled in 2 different stamp sets and some framelits. I'm using Let It Ride for the horse, and I needed that barn door for the gate, and then I needed something to cut out the gate, and I needed the hardware. Let me show you the hardware. So we have a little handle, we have hinges, and I'm going to show you my little trick for this right here. So we're going to start off, like I said, with a Z-fold card. So this is 4 1/4 by 11. I have scored it at 5 1/2, just like you would if you were going to close it like that. And then I scored it again at 2 3/4. Pretty easy, okay? Half and half and half, okay? All right, so we have that. I have a piece of crumb cake that I'm going to stamp the barn door with. I'm using early espresso. If you make this card, I want you to let me know because I'm tickled with it. I've not seen anything. And it's been a long time since I've played with barn door. So that always makes me happy when I can pull out, sets that I've had for a while and bring them to life. All right. The next thing I have is the pine wood 3D plank, and you can see that I've got a little bit of ink on there. I am going to ink it up. Yeah, I'm kind of going a little crazy, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I'm inking up the whole thing, again, with early espresso. And I'm going to take this to my machine, and I'm going to emboss the color and the wood planks onto here. I will warn you, when you're using that embossing folder with the ink on it, make sure you check your hands because it will stain. The ink does not dry on that plastic. So I always go to the sink and wash my hands before I go to pick up, let's say, Very Vanilla. All right, so we're going to stamp our horse. Actually, I'm going to show you my trick first. Hold on. All right, so we have this and this. And we're going to put our Very Vanilla in here. By the way, all my measurements and supplies that I'm using will be in the description box below, so don't worry about trying to keep up with what I'm saying. I'm actually assembling everything. I'm not sticking it down just yet. I want to make sure that my horse's head is out of the barn door, all right? So this was just a little trick that I came up with. And I'm looking, okay, so on this one, I don't need to use a pencil. If I will take the edge of my block and line it up with the edge of the cardstock, he will fit nicely. Let's move him down just a little bit. He will fit nicely in that window. Okay, makes sense? All right. Going to use our embossing buddy. I like to keep these, you're supposed to clean your house with those. Those clean your fingers really well. Get that powder off. Inking up using Versamark. And I pretty much said, line it up with the right side of my card. Okay. And I know that I'm going to be stamping my sentiment, but I felt more confident just going ahead and embossing my horse first. That way I have the sentiment exactly where I want it. This is just the black embossing powder. Stampin' Up! Has come out with a new powder that I got yesterday, so I want to play with it, but it is a shimmer black. It had a little bit too much glitter in it for me to use on this project, but I'll figure out something to do with it. We're ready to stamp our sentiment. And typically, you know, you would normally like stamp over here and write over here, you know, that kind of thing. I don't know. In my head, that's how I do it. But in this case, the horse had to be sticking out of the barn door. So live as if someone left the gate open. Loved combining these two sets. Super fun. Great masculine card. We're going to go ahead and color our horse, and on my original card I went a little bit darker, so I'm going to try to just stay lighter and see if I can come closer to my son-in-law's horse color. I actually went originally with soft suede, but I think I'm going to switch it up and I'm going to go to crumb cake. So this is the lighter crumb cake, so let's see what it looks like. I mean, oh yeah, that's more the color of his horse. The cardstock is crumb cake, so this only makes sense. Let's just do crumb cake. I'm using the Stampin Blends. Another thing is, you know, the Stampin Blends come light and dark. I don't need to use the dark for any highlights because my embossing kind of takes care of that for me. I tried that on the first horse and I wasn't pleased. So we're not going to do that. We're just using the Stampin' Blends to color. I'm going to come in with the darker and do his hoofs. Again, this is crumb cake. My Very Vanilla is 4 inches by 5 1/4. We're going to add that right here. Oh, super, super cute. All right, let's give everything a good crease. Now we're ready to attach our barn door. So what we're going to do is I have cut out the hinges, and the hinges, and so see, it has adhesive, but like I said, it just wasn't strong enough. However, it does keep it in place for me. So I'm lining up, make sure you can see that. I'm lining up the edges. It keeps it in place for me so that I can go in and add the brads. All right, again, making sure everything's straight. All right, so now we're gonna open this up and we're gonna punch a hole like that. I sure hope y'all think this card is easy because I do. And I think it's just so different. So, all right, so let me just show you. Stampin' Up! Has come out with some brads. And I was looking at them, I was like, oh yeah, I have those brads. None of them are black. Okay, so even though I love copper, copper kind of clashed with it. So I took and made them black myself. So I'm just going to dip this really good in the Versamark. And my powder that was left over from my horse, I'm going to just kind of tap it in there and heat set. If you still see any of the copper or the silver or the gold, just do it again, okay? And you'll be fine. There we go. See, that already moved off. All right, let's line this back up again. Okay, so I can see the holes. And we're going to add our brad. Look how cute! Do you love it? I hope so. Let me know in the comments below. I actually just think I'm going to send it to my son-in-law for no reason because it's so cute and it's so him. He is a cowboy. I've talked about him on videos before. He has horses. He has cows. He's going to love this card. Happy stamping, y'all.